Formula One is finally back. The summer break is done, and we have made it to the second half of the 2026 Formula One season. So here's everything that you need to know ahead of the Dutch Grand Prix. First race back, and we are being treated to a sprint weekend, the first ever sprint weekend on Dutch soil. This track only features 2 straight mode zones, and that's really not a lot, especially considering that one of the straight mode zones heads into a very heavy braking corner, which is corner 1. Overtake activation happens in sector 3 between turns 13 and 14. Circuit Zandvoort is located right next to the North Sea, so we can expect some pretty heavy winds and possibly some light showers. Unfortunately, Isaac Hadjar will not be racing this weekend due to a wrist injury, which is really unfortunate because he actually had his very first podium in Formula One at this race last year. But in his place will be Liam Lawson, and then Yuki Tsunoda is going to be backfilling Liam at VCARB. This is actually a pretty significant deal for Liam Lawson because it's the first time in Red Bull's history that a demoted driver is stepping back into a Red Bull. And I have to think that it's with less pressure this time because he doesn't really have the risk of being fired because he still has a seat in VCARB to go back to. This is Max Verstappen's official home race and probably his last because after this year, the Dutch Grand Prix will no longer be on the F1 calendar. Aston Martin introduced some pretty major upgrades before the summer break. They're introducing another round of upgrades, this time for their power unit. I am thrilled that F1 is finally back and that silly season is officially over. However, I do not think the remainder of the season is going to be smooth sailing. I'm feeling pretty confident that we're going to see somebody on the podium this weekend that we haven't seen before, but I would love to hear your predictions for the Dutch Grand Prix.